Hi, Panther fans. How is everybody doing? As promised, we're going to start getting back to our normal complement of content over here on this channel. The podcast will start tomorrow. Colin and I will have a live stream by the end of this week. I'm still trying to give him a little bit of time off. So, what I'm going to do to try to have daily content out here as much as I possibly can, in addition to other things, obviously, is I want to do player grades. Now, a couple of the rules are I'm doing player grades for guys that are returning. Wouldn't make much sense for me to grade Montour or OEL, etc. And we're going to go off the regular season and the postseason because obviously that's important. Now, it would be easy for me to just sit here and just say, "Oh, they won the cup. Everybody gets an A plus." So some of the criticisms that I might find are simply to avoid giving everybody an A plus. Okay, I don't have a lot of complaints, but we'll try to find minor things that guys can improve upon. I know it's difficult to think about how these guys can get better because they just went to two cups in a row and they won one. Um, but they're all pretty much of an age where guys should still be improving, or we can discuss whether or not they have peaked at that point. So, first guy out the box obviously is the captain, Alexander Barkov. Now, Barkov this past season, 73 games, he had 23 goals, 57 assists, 80 points, plus minus of 33. He actually took 24 penalty minutes, which is the most of his career. Now, one thing I did notice was that this is the first year in a while that he did not have any short-handed goals. He did have 4 game-winning goals. His time on ice went down a little bit, not by a ton. Last year was 21-13. This year was 19-38. That speaks to the depth on the team, specifically Anton Lundell. Whenever Barkov is out or if he's nursing something, you give Lundell the extra time. And at least defensively, you're really not going to lose a whole lot. His face-off percentage was 57.3, which was the best of his career. And his hit total, he gave out 104 hits, which is double his previous high. His previous high had been 52 the first year with Paul Maurice. Last year, 104 hits. Double, that is not something to sneeze at. That's on purpose. And of course, he won the Selke. Now, in the postseason, he played all 24 games. All right. 8 goals, 14 assists, 22 points. He was a -1. He had 8 penalty minutes. That was the thing I wanted to give. He had, is it here? Here it is. There it is. You win 16 games to win the cup. 16 times you win, right? Barkov had 4 game-winning goals. A quarter of the games, the game-winning goal was a Barkov goal. That's A plus material. And his face-off percentage was still at 55.2 when you consider the level of competition that you're going to have on a nightly basis in the playoffs. That is outstanding. So, now, like I said, it could be easy to just look at everything and say they won the cup and give Barkov an A+, give everybody an A+. Now, it would be difficult to give Barkov anything but an A+. We know all of the superlatives. The one thing, this is really the only minorist complaint, and it's really minor, and it's the same thing that we've said year over year. I'd love to see him shoot more. Now, in the past, it was because we weren't scoring enough, and you saw guys that it's like, Barkov, shoot, why are you passing it, right? There's been times when he's had guys on his top wing where you're like, why are you passing the puck to him? But the reality of the situation is that his shot, I think, is underrated. When he does make up his mind to pull a little bit of that Verhaeghe move, you know, that move where Verhaeghe gets into one circle and starts sliding over and picks that spot, and boom, it's in the back of the net. I think Barkov can do that a little bit more often if he put his mind to it. So it's a minor complaint. He's not a big goal scorer. I've kind of been thinking about it the last couple of days. It's almost like having a a Norris Trophy defenseman as your top center as well, because obviously that's the biggest part of his game. He's a 70, 80 point guy. That's great. He almost got the 40 goals once the year with the running gun, the President's Trophy season. But defensively, you lose count how many times when there is a 2-on-1 or a 3-on-2, there's an odd man rush coming back the other way, and here comes the guy into the zone with the puck, and all of a sudden Barkov right from behind him. I think I'll take that, and the puck is out of the zone. I mean, you lose. It's incredible. He really is. If it wasn't for Forsling, I might say he's our best defenseman. He certainly makes it easier to take chances, like trading Mackenzie Weegar, letting Brandon Montour go. When you have Barkov playing defense, playing the way he plays defense, and it rubs off on other guys, right? So you see Carter Verhaeghe back checking, Reinhart back checks, okay? Bennett, all these guys, you see them speeding back into the zone to eliminate odd man rushes, and they're not just doing it to even things up to make it 2-on-2 or 3-on-3. They're coming for the puck carrier. They're coming for the puck carrier. And I wonder if how much that is by design. It's a good question. I'm just thinking about it now, but I wonder if when they see there's a 3-on-2, I wonder if the way the Panthers, I'd have to watch the film. I wonder if the way that they are purposefully or trying to work it is if the two defensemen back take the guys that don't have the puck, and the returning center or forward is supposed to come get the guy with the puck. That's a question I have to figure out the answer to. I'll watch some film. But whatever it is, whatever the plan is, Barkov executes it well. Like Kyle says, they all play defense. All the forwards play defense. Now, Barkov is 28. Has he peaked? That's the question. What I will say is that he generally misses 10. I think he missed 9 games this year. He generally misses about 10 games a year with injury. And the reason why I put that in quotes is that there's times like this last season where when the team gets to the point where we are now, where we are on 2 long cup runs in a row, and we want to continue to have those deep playoff runs, maybe Barkov, gets a knee contusion to where normally he would play the next game or only miss 1 game. And instead now we have the depth to where our Barkov, you're out for 2 games. We're just not even having the discussion. It's not a game time decision. You're sitting. I have no problem with that. If he wants to play, 65 games a year for the rest of his career instead of 82, but he's healthy to do what he did in the playoffs for us this year, which was basically eliminate the other team's top center. Like, with the exception of a couple of games with Connor McDavid, everybody else, it was non-existent. You just knew between Barkov and Lundell, to some extent, the offensive production coming from whatever line that they were matched up against was pretty much going to be nothing. Like I said, Edmonton did get it under our skin there for a couple of games till we got things sorted out. But whatever you got to do for Barkov to be fresh and healthy and rested, to be the way he was in the playoffs, I'm fine with that. So I'm not going to knock him for missing games. Can he improve? I don't know. I think his numbers could improve a little bit more if he shot more. Okay. That's really about it. His face-off percentage is 57. Could he get it to 60? I guess, right? Now you're talking about really, it's not even a complaint or a nitpick. It's more of a challenge of like, how good can he get, right? Where's that peak? Is 28 the peak? Can he get that to 58, 59? Can he go a season where he's got 60% in the face-off circle? 57 is close enough to where you can ask that question, right? So, could he get the 40 goals? I don't know about it on this team. Every year, though, it does seem there's going to be that one guy, right? Where Tkachuk blew up 1 year, Reinhart blew up last year. The year before that, it was kind of Barkov with his 39 goals. We know Verhaeghe's going to get 40-ish, somewhere in there. I think if Barkov shot more, he could probably get to that 35-40 range, even with the Paul Maurice system. Does it make him better or worse? I mean, 6 of one, half dozen of another. If the puck, put the puck in the back of the net, right? Doesn't matter if Barkov passes to Reinhart and Reinhart buries it, which is what happened a lot this year. There's not a ton of room for improvement. There are some areas where he could personally challenge himself. Can I get to 60%? Can I get to 40 goals? But that's about it. You can't ask the guy to play any better in terms of on defense, in terms of, penalty minutes. You really can't ask for more from him. So do I want to give, if he doesn't get an A+, who's going to get an A+, right? Do we want to give Barkov an A+? I'm trying not to give everybody an A+, and I don't want to start off giving Barkov an A+. I'm going to just give him an A. We'll just give him an A. Now, what can he do to get the plus? What could he do to get the plus? I don't know. What does the man have to do? He got 4 game-winning goals in the playoffs. We should probably give him the plus, don't you think? It should probably be A+. Yeah. There's not much room for improvement there. I think he could, right? And it'd be interesting to see, as these guys start getting in, he's 28, so he's closing in on 30, right? But he's still got a full 28, 29. I'm not sure when his birthday is. I don't know if he's going to be 29 before the start of the season. As guys get to that magical 30 number, we'll see if he starts to tail off. I don't think you're going to see that this year, but eventually, right? Like Stamkos is still a very, very viable player. Is he the same player he was when Tampa was winning cups? Probably not, or they would have paid him, right? Ovechkin had an outstanding season, but then kaputs in the playoffs. So, and Barkov is kind of a step behind those guys. He's not in that age group yet, but he is in the zone where you don't expect him to start dropping off anytime soon, but you wonder if he's peaked. And we'll find that out. We'll find out that, this during the season, during the postseason. Hopefully we don't have any issues. Don't forget, there's no guarantees, right? In terms of, everybody wants to repeat. That's nice. I want to repeat too, but there's no guarantees. Vegas beat the crap out of us. And then they just kind of snuck in last year and lost in the first round. Doing what this team did, making it to 2 cups in a row, this is not easy. It's not easy. And I know Tampa did it, right? I don't want to put an asterisk there. I know there was shortened season and all of that, but they still did it. But it's not easy, and it does take a lot of wear and tear on your players. So it'll be interesting to see if Barkov at least stays at the level he's at, or if he finds a way. Give me a 40-goal, 60% in the face-off circle season. That's what I want to see. As long as we win another cup, that's the bottom line. Got to win it again. All right, that's it for today. Who are we going to do tomorrow? We'll do Chucky tomorrow. Chucky will be a little bit more of a difficult grade, because there's going to be Chucky when he came back, and Chucky the rest of the regular season, and then playoff Chucky. So I think we'll do Chucky tomorrow, and we'll see. He might end up with 3 grades. You never know. All right, like I said, the members podcast will be back tomorrow, and it's Tuesday. I'm trying to give Kyle a little bit more time off, so we'll have a live stream Thursday, Friday-ish, around there. He's okay. Don't get worried, but he still needs more time off. We really pushed it towards the end of that season, and he's not used to working that hard, so I'm trying to give him as much time off as I can. All right, appreciate all the support, and we'll see you again tomorrow.